I'm calling in the creator to the CEO who crave creating community and cash to create it like a boss. With me, Katrina Julia, as your host, multi-passionate entrepreneur, creator, and CEO who has walked from fear to faith, self-hate to love, corporate to calling, and continues to, with experience in 7+ industries, 7,000+ creators and startups, 2 creators to Fortune 500 brands, including Google, NBC, Victoria's Secret, and more. If you are ready to create it like never before in faith, wellness, wealth, marketing, business, travel, and more, this is the show for you. If this is your time to have freedom in all forms as you create it like a boss, let's create it.
Welcome to Creator Confessions and February's edition. You are in for a treat. This is where I share the real reel, not just the highlight reel of what is happening on a monthly, weekly, daily basis, and different things that I'm tracking and measuring and what shifted in February. So if you're curious about past months, then definitely check out January or December. I started this series, I believe, over a year ago now. So it's the behind the scenes journey of creating a life and business you love. I highlight faith, wellness, wealth, marketing, business, travel, and community like nowhere else. And we are diving into the confessions, the creator circle, the snapshot, events, and what's next in my creator world. So with faith, this month I invested a lot more time in my faith. I realized where I had decreased the time in January and December, and I completed both the 21-day fast and distraction series to date with Transformation Church, and I started and completed over 50% of duality in Mind Valley as well, which focuses heavily on that we are a spirit and our body is in our spirit, and several different aspects like boundaries and more. And if you get on my email list, you get these outlined in a beautiful newsletter format, and including in this one, I dropped the day 19 of the 21-day fast and the power of our words. And with wellness, I included and talked about increase in workouts with a time of over 8 days and over 42 hours in comparison to January with 31 hours total. I joined Nirvana Life for the month, which helped me immensely with health, habits, nature, and community. And you can see an amazing Instagram post, a reel that I shared on You'll Never Want to Leave This Place at Katrina Julia Fit. With wealth, I increased reviewing my finances, key performance indicators, money manifestation template, cash flow, updating QuickBooks up to typically 4 times plus a week in over 3 hours, which is definitely helping me focus more, improve more. I started playing a game on how much money I could create, shift, delay, increase the return on investment, and more. And by the end of the month, I improved spending for March forecasted by over $900 with a decrease in food spending, subscriptions, gym expense, stays, and activities. I also received a surprise from Expedia on 4 figures on videos earlier than I thought. With marketing and business, I massively shifted to increase every single day with prioritizing with purpose, people, and profits in mind with my top 3 actions daily and really focusing on winning when I exceed those. So for example, today my top 3 actions was A, checking the Kajabi export portal, and I submitted over 4 different ongoing monthly proposals. 2, updating my podcast and aligning it to 2 more episodes I needed to record, like top 10 Vietnam things to do and this one. 3, reviewing and tightening up where my launches or different things aren't flowing yet how I really feel and desire them to be by priority, from brand to blog to email to video to shorts, and what actions and impacts will make the most impact, influence, and income. So, for example, I'm massively shifting to take a lot of my evergreen content and use Instagram reel templates, Instagram trend reels, b-roll that I already have, content I already have, etc., to really increase reach for creator bundles, creator templates, creator school, getting YouTube to 3,000 plus hours, 4,000 plus hours, 5,000 plus subscribers, TikTok to qualify for TikTok shop, etc. So I started working massively in February with ChatGPT on impact, influence, and income, and refining with time tracking. And I literally copy and paste my timesheets that I track now from ClickUp directly. Before, I used to track them solely in Excel, but now I'm tracking them in ClickUp and then copying and pasting in ChatGPT, refining. I also created a ChatGPT thread for faith-focused finances, both on creating income, like Deuteronomy 8:18 tells us we have the power to create wealth, as well as becoming a better and better financial steward. Proverbs 10:22 tells us the blessings of the Lord bring wealth, and he brings no sorrow to it. I'm a big believer of we are co-creators, and to work with the creator and creation. And then I have, I have the time management ClickUp chat. I have the faith focused finances chat. I have social media strategy chat, and I'm constantly asking how I can refine, if I'm on track with my goals, my KPIs, and within the time tracking, I'm also doing visuals within both ChatGPT and my creator templates, so that as a creator to a CEO, I know I'm shifting in the right direction. And if you've been on my email list, that you also can likely see, because I see it myself and we often have blind spots, that I reorganized my newsletter and it's even a lot more cohesive with priorities as well. So, learning. I completed the Build Your Dream community with Mindvalley, increasing intention with creating community online and in real life. I completed One Peak Creative course and over 7 courses with Maria Went. So I'm constantly challenging myself because I love to learn so much and I love to create new things, but I constantly challenge myself to clear out prior things before I embark on new things. So like, for example, right now I'm focusing on finishing the duality course. So one course in Mindvalley, versus if you tuned in 2, 3, 4 months ago, I was taking like 3 or 4 at a time. And so just increasing the simplicity. Then I got the bundle with Maria, the 24 and 24. I completed now over 10 courses in that bundle. So focusing on completing the bundle and applying things. I've applied a ton, like I'll talk about in a bit. And the One Peak Creative 30-Day Challenge. So, and then I listened to videos from Layla Hermosi, Jenny Hoyas, and Jillian Perkins, which aligns to mindset, aligns to entrepreneurship, aligns to YouTube and growth. B, brands and investors. I submitted Slow Ventures investor proposal for $1 million for creators, which I learned about by listening to a video during my half-day learning day with Marina, a Silicon Valley girl, last week. She was their first creator. I outreached to over 100 brands with Apollo.io. You can definitely check that out on my creator circle. I share a ton there for free, including my 75 tips, tools, and tech, which you can find in the link in the show notes, as well as on my Instagram at Katrina Julia Fit, the link in bio, or just comment on any of my DMs or in my stories, and you'll get an automated DM via mini chat, #not-sponsored-yet. Completed $2.2 million in proposals on creator and CEO work. Did not convert any of those yet. I track these on ClickUp, templates, and dashboards I created, and I sell them on Shopify, Etsy, Gumroad, and Kajabi. And all of my templates and dashboards are included in my creator template bundle. So everything I create, everything I use on a daily basis, as far as templates are concerned, you get in that template bundle, including my 7-day challenge course, including all my ebooks, including my transformation toolkit. It is amazing. And lifetime access as of right now, which again, subject to change at any time because I'm a creator and this is my business and I can change it at any time. So you may want to check it out. C, templates. Speaking of, I launched my Shopify store with over 3 templates and my top 10 Bali things to do guide in February. So you could already see not only the alignment, also the focus, and also the completion. So I always look at all of those things when I'm reviewing myself, and part of what I am really intensifying focus for in March and 2025 and beyond is alignment and flow, so that it feels easy. The top 3 things are done. There's no things left undone. I or the team reaches out to brands. We complete emails. We complete blogs. There's content creation short form. There's content creation long form. They link to all the platforms across my own, the blog, the podcast, social media, of course, the offers, the bundles, the templates, creator school, creator retreats, and then also on the marketplaces like Shopify, like Etsy, like Gumroad, or like Creative Market, so you can see and feel like how everything is connected. I added over 5 templates on Etsy, Gumroad, Creative Markets. I'm testing all of them in 2025. You can check out my shop, Miss Creator Shop for Creators it's misscreator.myshopify.com. So I'm playing around with the SEO for creator, with Miss Creator versus Creator Bestie, so etc. And guides. Completed my top 10 Bali top 10 guide. It's listed on Shopify, Etsy, etc. And also, if you go to my Instagram at Katrina Julia Fit, find my Bali top 10 things to do recent reel. You can comment Bali on there and get all the things directly as well. E, content creation. Completed 17 plus emails, including scheduling out to the end of March. That's another thing I'm challenging myself to do, to not only hack the downtime or the down days that I've experienced, like you likely heard about me talk about in January and in December, the fear, the shame, the guilt, and also to counter it where if and when I do experience some of that, which I barely did in February, maybe 2 or 3 days I needed more sleep, and or I watched a bit more movies, but then I shifted and went to the gym and then got productive. So just simply got a later start. But at the same time, I always tell myself that I love how in Asia, we're typically 10, 12 hours ahead of East Coast, so that even when I started at, say, noon, it was midnight, in other places of the world, which also helps intensify confidence, value, worth, etc. And also the other thing is completing and scheduling things out. So completing and scheduling things out brand-wise, like brand outreach, brand emails, like with Apollo.io. Like scheduling emails on Kajabi out to the middle to the end of March. Like implementing automation with IFTTT or repurpose.io. Like creating 7+ blogs, which I'll talk about in a bit, evergreen content, and then also scheduling out clips of those videos and content out to the end of the month, out 90 days, etc. So thinking of ways to schedule out in advance and have more than enough knowing and confidence and alignment that things are flowing. So again, it goes back to flow. Maintained an open rate of 30% plus on emails, approximately. Stayed stable on that. Aligned my launches and emails to videos, blogs, podcasts, social media, more so. Refined my content creation with content, courses, and community. Estimated saving a minimum of 15 hours a month, with a lot of the refinements across priorities, across purpose, across people, across content creation and the order. So estimated impact is over $5,000, not to mention the hours saved, and over 3,000% ROI. Shared over 30 plus short videos on YouTube, again focusing on getting to 5,000 plus subscribers, 4,000 plus hours. Repurposed on platforms with AI. Shared 19 Instagram Reels, so I slightly reduced them. At the same time, I launched Creator Bestie and Bali Creator Bestie on Instagram as well. And at the same time, my Instagram on reach alone, reached over 70% growth to 19,000 reach as far as the on the insights, and that only about 10% of that was attributable to my multi-passionate story ad. I simplified social massively with repurposing prior reels, B-rolls, viral songs. I'm also focusing on clearing my YouTube drafts, my TikTok drafts, my Instagram drafts. So again, getting into a flow and removing any sort of signs of anything being stuck or anything being blocked anywhere in my world. I intensified with also my own divine downloads and wisdom, and just learning from both myself and the courses and programs I'm in, as well as ChatGPT. Shifted to a topical social focus with taking one topic like marketing predictions for 2025, and then creating 4 to 10 pieces of content with it, with voiceover, trend, dance, swipe files, and AI clips, like with Opus Clip from the long form videos. So like basically 10xing, 100xing just on one piece of content. So knowing I always have more than enough, and then creating those pieces so that they're evergreen. Completed the Instagram ad story tests, post taking that specific course in Maria's bundle, and got over 16,000 in reach, over 852 clicks, over a 5% click-through rate, which is well above industry standard. At the same time, I've had some prior tests on ads with 15% click-through rates, so very, very high. Obviously very engaging. So I'm shifting some of my ads to that with bundles, creator bundles, and templates. Completed 4 long-form videos for creators, including marketing predictions, marketing plan for creators, creator roles, and 22 things to do in Vietnam, and uploaded them to YouTube, and then also used them and clipped them in Opus Clip, scheduled at least 5 shorts out of each video across platforms, etc. So you can see, again, there's definitely a lot more alignment, there's a lot more momentum, and more. And so everything's going in the right direction, and I'm ready to beat me again in March, because you guys, it is always me versus me. It is always you versus you. Now, I always get inspired from people, and for example, when I was creating a lot of this strategy, I was saying, like, create insights and ideas and titles from Mr. Beast, create, insights and titles from Jenny Hoyas. And I listened to like 1 video or 2 videos of hers, 1 video of Mr. Beast and his tips and insights and wisdom. Like, one of them was, create 100 videos and then always do something better every single time. And that was one of his things, like, and it's true. I looked at some of his early videos when I first found him, and that was on purpose, because I wanted to see not where he was, like many people do. I wanted to see where he came from. And a lot of his videos in the beginning, they were gaming, and they were like horrible, like, very like not engaging, etc. But then obviously he kept getting better and better and better. And that's the thing. That's like, what I want, what I desire to create with anything. It's like get better and better and better. And I listened to Will Smith's book, Year Before Last. And one of the things that landed on me was I want to be the best multi-passionate entrepreneur I can be. So that means being the best multi-passionate entrepreneur, the best creator and CEO, while also integrating faith, wellness, flow, focus, and results. So it's definitely, an ongoing thing to intensify focus as well as flow, as well as wellness. So in February, my YouTube channel grew to over 11,000 views, which was over a 40% increase from January. My watch time grew over 15% to 50 hours, and my subscribers grew over almost 70%, with over 13 subscribers. I did, as you heard, I did share several shorts and several long form. I shared 5 episodes on my show, Creators to CEOs, Create It Like a Boss, with Katrina Julia. Completed 7 evergreen blog posts. 7. So I started to keep creating them, but then I realized how my videos, my emails were aligned, but I realized, wait a minute, my videos and social exposure and reach and shares are not aligned yet. So let me pump the brakes on creating more blogs, because I'm an ambivert / metavert, meaning People think when they meet me, because I get so excited and so passionate about the things that light me up, that light my soul on fire, they think I'm heavily extroverted, when actually I was an only child for 7 years and I love my own company. Like right now I'm recording this podcast overlooking a pool, TT Batu. So I already worked out this morning, ate, got a lot of other work done, swam, and then I'm recording and I've got headphones on. So because this club compared to Nirvana Life is much more family friendly. So a lot of kids and noise and jumps start coming in like afternoon. So I've realized, like, wait a minute. So Nirvana Life was pretty chill and quiet all day versus here, like it's adults only, which I love. Versus here, I've realized, like, you know what? I can either play with the kids, join in, like they have a foam party on Sundays, which I definitely will, and or I can choose to intensify and increase my discipline and show up when they open at 7, which obviously less people are here in general. So anyway, with the blogs, I realized, like, okay, I want to increase the flow, so let me pump the brakes on the blogs and make sure that I finish first all the videos, all the podcast episodes, etc., and then get into creating more blogs. So the ones I created: top 10 Vietnam things to do, 2025 marketing plan, template for creators, creator to CEO, multi-passionate roles of a creator, the ultimate guide to creator marketplaces, how to write brand proposals for creators, 10 creator templates you must have as a creator, and my learning plan as a creator. And then yesterday, which is already in March, I invested in Loom because I wanted to start filming like the behind the scenes of the blog for YouTube and test that out compared to face-to-face talking head videos, and show my face as simply a bubble and a behind the scenes. So I uploaded several videos with that approach yesterday. So I'm curious to see, what happens with audience, etc. So let me check something, because I just realized, like, I recorded the learning plan, but I don't recall if I repurposed it on the podcast as well. So because of my word embodiment intertwined with Transformation Church's word focus, my time tracking and alignment with passion, purpose, and tech and tools like templates and ChatGPT, I'm seeing massive shifts in flow and creativity and productivity. So that's really, really interesting to see. Speaking of clearing and speaking of different things, again, clearing up space, telling the creation you're ready for more. You're not overwhelmed. You're not blocked. I cleared my phone down to less than 75 videos and pictures. I cleared over 300 plus emails down to 100 in my inbox, and I do this at least 2-3 times a week, with pending shares on social, alongside different things and templates. And I just realized on the learning plan, I did not repurpose that on the podcast, which I will do after I finish recording this episode, because it's already saved as a file. And you can definitely see some of that on my Instagram reels with @KatrinaJuliaFit as well. So with travel, I slowed down my travel massively in February. So in January, I stayed in over, I shared in the January Creator Confessions in detail, but I stayed in Hanoi, I stayed in Da Nang, I stayed in Hoi An, I was back in Da Nang, and then I was in Bali. So I stayed in over about 5 places and 4 to 5 cities. In comparison, in February, I started off in Canggu. I was in one place, and then I quote unquote test drove another. And sometimes the places I choose align really, really well with the vibe, the owners, the spirit of the place. And sometimes they don't, and that's perfect. And so I wanted to stay in one place, but then I ended up staying in 3, and I really, really liked the third one. And then that's interesting because it's kind of the same thing that's happening in Ubud, which I test drove one place. And I got an amazing deal at $17 a night, but then they like tripled the rate. And I even messaged them and asked them, like, hey, will you honor the same rate? But the platform, I think Agoda was driving it, and I never got a reply back. So I moved. And then this place, I realized it was actually a couple dollars more a night than I thought. even with the discount, like 21, so not a lot more, but it's bigger, but there's no breakfast. Versus in comparison, the last place I had a lot of breakfast, and the owners and the vibe of the team was really, really good. And then my heart and soul keeps pulling me either to go back to them or to go to Ubud Sawa, which I stayed last year, and it's in the middle of the rice fields. And the owners, Yoga and Amy, are absolutely amazing and so filled with gratitude, and shared with me different things on real estate and bamboo building and sustainability and more. So even though it'll be like a 20-minute-ish drive to go to the gym and my co-work space, I'm really thinking about doing that. So then, number 5, community. Meaningful connections continue to shape my path. I met more new friends. I met a girl named Holly at the Sober Party. I also went to the Rise and Shine Sober Party at Nirvana Life, my first week in Bali. Then I ended up meeting, I went to a sound bath also that they had within the community, and I met Melissa, half Turkish, half Polish, and we ended up connecting and then spending the next day together. Super fun at Nirvana Life. So this was all done through, obviously, in real life things like Nirvana Life, like the sound bath, like Rise and Shine Sober Party, like sharing online, like my creator circle, one-on-one conversations, also adding 9 in real life events in Bali for co-work, content, co-work, and community for March, May, and June. You can find those on my Eventbrite, Create It Like a Boss as well. So tell me, like, what did you get from this episode? What is coming up for you? How are you going to create it in February? What are you reflecting on in 2025? Tag me on social at Katrina Julia Fit. And as always, remember, create, transform, and inspire, because you are born to.